the thing about, I think, comedians is that, or at least it used to be true. I don't know if it's still true, but that the valued like authenticity so much.
Right.
And Patrice was definitely that. So when he was being mean, he was still being Patrice. I mean, I think Rich gets a lot of love just for that too, because every single person who's ever met Rich hated him when they first met him, myself included. And then he kind of grows on you because he's just, it's like, oh, that's him, you know?
Yeah.
He would be that way whether, my cat's coming in now.
Bring her in.
He would be that way whether he was meeting the queen or, you know.
Yeah, right.
I see, but I have friends like that, but I don't introduce them to new friends. Right? I'm just like, nah, like I was friends with him in high school, but he's a.
You don't want to know, yeah.
Well, I feel like that about Rich. Like, you know, I did a lot of work with Anthony Bourdain, and then we did the New Jersey, you know, what was his show called?
Parts Unknown or something?
Parts Unknown. Oh, yeah, when we did the Jersey, Jim Gaffigan texted me and was like, is it called Parts Known now? But so I did it with Rich, and I was so nervous about them meeting, you know, because I held Anthony in such high regard, and I was like, oh, God, you know. But they got along great. They were, you know. Because I think he's another guy who like values authenticity.
Absolutely.
He likes real people.
Yeah, and I feel like when those two meet, like that's like, you know, those two type of people meeting together is like there's gonna be some fireworks. There's potential for, you know, a lot to go down. What was that? I saw like there was a memoir that he wrote, Anthony, that was like about your upcoming in comedy or something to that effect? Or did I get that wrong?
Well, I wrote a book that Anthony was he did the foreword.
Oh, okay, got it.
The book, and his company was the produced the book or whatever you call it.
How did you and Anthony link up?
Yeah.
What's that?
How did you and Anthony link up?
I did a roast for the New York food and wine something or whatever. And it was like a really big deal. I had no idea it was going to be that big, and it was very fancy. And it was like every chef you've ever heard of was either on the dais or in the room. It was like, it was so weird to, you know, because at that time, like chef stuff was really hot too. It was like everybody was like watching those shows, and there was all those like.
I feel like that's a lot of egos too. If you're doing a roast, like I don't know, are they able to like laugh at themselves and laugh at that whole industry?
Yeah, I mean they were. It was fun. There was a couple other comedians on. It was Artie Lang was on it too, and so was Jim Norton. I think we were the only comedians on it. I don't remember. And then all the rest were like chefs and stuff. And I went up really late. I was so nervous. I was just like, what am I doing here? And then I did really, really well. And his agent came up to me, you know, when it was over and things were kind of going crazy, and was like, she said, get in touch with me. And then I had to like do research, find out who his agent was, try to get her. Like, I was like, what the fuck? You get in touch with me, bitch. But I sent an email. I was like, are you Anthony's agent?
He's knocking on random doors.
So I just like, I do you know who I am? I'm like, I lay in bed until 1 a.m. or 1 p.m. Like, come on.
He was one of those types too, though. I feel like was like the ultimate, like in culture of humor, just like being, right? I mean, linking up with him is you were rolling with one of a kind for a while there.
Well, so we went for lunch. So the next week or whatever, we went for lunch, Anthony and I and his agent. And when I got there, Anthony was already at the bar, like a couple in. This is lunch. I was like, oh, okay.
Now you're speaking my language, yep.
Yeah. And it was funny because he sat with his back to the kitchen door, but you could see, like, I could see the chefs coming out all the time. Like, people were like, Anthony Bourdain here. Like, you knew in the kitchen there was some, like, you know, excitement going on.
Royalty, yeah, for sure.
He didn't care or notice or anything. But, yeah, and then he was like, I've never met a woman who, you know, spoke like that before, you know, had that kind of voice. So I thought I talked like that all the time. Like I was always just roasting people. So whenever I saw him, I tried to be a little mean. I was like,
I got a reputation to keep up here.
I know.
Yeah.
He thinks he likes this. I gotta do it.
96% of you motherfuckers watch these videos and aren't subscribed. Shout out to the 4%. You are good people. 4% of people are watching our clips.
That's about what the I would guess the breakdown of
Good people versus bad people
demographics in the world.
Yeah.
Good people versus bad people. Probably about 96% to 4.
That's
but
fair.
Be a good person.
But it's not even. I'm not even asking you to be a good person. I'm asking you to push a button.
Yeah,
I'm asking you to click a button.
You can be a bad person still, but just click
You
the
can
button.
be a piece of shit. Just click subscribe. 96% of you watch these clips and they're like, oh my God, that was a funny clip from this podcast. I liked it. And I'm just not going to help them out. The people who work to make it, the people who work to produce it, to post it, to upload it, and there's nothing from you. You're a bad person if you don't subscribe.
Be a good one.